Okay, so let's talk about using our oils safely, efficiently, and effectively. Because with the potency and purity of Young Living essential oils, a little goes a long way. You're really only going to need 1 to 2 drops for each application and usage. So the first way we use our oils is aromatically, just inhaling, taking a deep breath, and smelling our oils. Research shows that when inhaling the pure constituents in the oils, they can stimulate the olfactory receptors in the brain's limbic system associated with memory, emotions, and state of mind. So in less than a second, a scent has the power to activate a number of physical and emotional responses throughout your body. And we've all experienced this with smells, right? You can be in a crowded place and catch a whiff of the perfume that your freshman year college roommate used to wear, and all of a sudden you are back there in the dorm getting ready for class. Or you can smell a spice that your grandmother used while cooking, and all of a sudden you're 7 years old in that kitchen again. Okay, so scent just has this transporting and transforming effect on our brain, which triggers responses in the rest of our body. Our pituitary gland gets stimulated and releases those chemical messages that travel via the blood to your glands and organs that create the physical body responses. So that's why the oils can have such a great effect on your emotions. The only sense through which we can access that part of the brain is our sense of smell. Not touch, not taste, not sound. It's just all through your sense of smell. So it triggers that response. It works very, very quickly so we can enjoy those benefits. We can smell the oils directly from the bottle. Okay, this is one of my favorite blends. It's called Clarity. As a mom of 3, I need a little bit of clarity in my life. So I can just sniff it from the bottle and take a few deep breaths. I can also put just a couple drops in my hand. It's a very gentle oil, so you can just kind of rub it in your hands like this and kind of take some deep breaths that way. 5 deep breaths can just be so wonderful. And then you can also put it in a diffuser. So let's talk about diffusing. I used to be a big time candle girl, and smells, Glade plugins, Febreze, you name it, I loved smells, and still do. But what I didn't realize is that the chemicals in those products are terribly damaging to our health. So especially here in Houston, where we have to say, hey, it's fall now, right? It's September, it's October. The weather here isn't going to change for a while, so we're doing all things pumpkin and cinnamon and apple cider to try to convince ourselves it's fall. That's when I was using those candles and those plugins the most, was for the fun seasonal smells. But now with our diffuser, we can really enjoy the aroma of our oils and the effect it has on our bodies without exposing our bodies to those chemicals. Diffusing helps purify and cleanse the air, and it does more than just make our air smell good in our home. We breathe in those tiny particles, taking deep breaths, and that gets in our body systems. You can also use it to purify the air as far as disagreeable smells go. You can use it to get rid of pet smells and smoky smells, and I cooked breakfast and I made bacon, but I don't want my house to smell like bacon all day. Those kind of smells, fish. You can use your diffuser to purify your air in that way. 75% of American homes use synthetic air fresheners that contain so many chemical agents that have been linked to cancer. Formaldehyde is one of the top ones that is in those air fresheners and candles. So the olfactory nerve is that pathway to your brain, again, which we utilize with our oils to send messages. But when it's hit with formaldehyde, it will disrupt your endocrine system, okay? Our endocrine system is our hormones and that whole command center that regulates so much with our body. The formaldehyde can actually deaden that nerve. So if you've been in a situation where you got a new plug-in or something like that, say, right, and it smells really, really fresh and strong at the beginning, and then over time you don't smell it as much anymore, it's not so much your body just getting used to the smell, it's that it's deadening your sense of smell and you're not able to smell that anymore. So again, diffusers do more than just make your house smell good. They disperse those tiny oily particles into the air that you can inhale and benefit from those oils. You can smell things. Again, I talked about emotional responses, but they can trigger physical responses as well. Peppermint is one that you can inhale both to increase focus and also calm your digestive system down a little bit. It sends those messages. RC is one of our respiratory support oils. So that's one that I like to diffuse in my kids' rooms or in our room when we need some respiratory support. So that's just a little bit about how we can use our oils aromatically. They smell amazing. Another way we can use our oils is topically. Because of their molecular structure, essential oils are very rapidly absorbed by the skin. You can apply anywhere on your body that needs attention. So ranging from right on your abdomen for digestive support, which you'll feel silly, but it works, or something if you need muscle support. There's a roller Young Living makes called Deep Relief that I love to just roll on my neck or my shoulders, especially right before bedtime. You can also use oils in what we call a VitaFlex foot chart. It is basically a map of our body. I'm looking it up. I forgot to open my book to the VitaFlex foot chart before I started talking to you guys. The VitaFlex foot chart has different points on your feet that are connected to different places in your body. So we also have very big pores in the bottom of our feet. So it's a great way to use those oils. For example, we will use our brain VitaFlex point, which is the bottom of our big toe that helps activate the brain, the pineal, and the pituitary glands. So when we're doing oils for sleep, that's a place we like to put our oils, on the bottom of our big toe. In that way. So I think I might just put the VitaFlex foot chart, a graphic of that in the comments, since I forgot to look it up in my book. And I'm having a hard time because it's a really big book. Okay, let's see. The feet is also a great place on children, a safe place to put the oils, especially if you're going to put them in footy pajamas or socks. That's a great place for their little bodies to absorb oils. So you can see the VitaFlex foot chart in the comments section. Another thing you can do is bathe in the oils. It's best to mix a few drops of oil, in a jar of Epsom salt, just regular Epsom salt from the grocery store. That can help you to just immerse your whole body in those oils and let your whole body absorb them. We don't want to put oils directly in the bath, and they just will not disperse in the water that way, but when they're absorbed by the salt first, we can do that. So it's more than just a relaxing bath. You can customize your bath salts to be an immune boosting bath, or a digestive support bath, or a muscle relaxing bath, or an uplifting, a joyful bath with some of our emotional oils. So bathing is a great way to enjoy the effects of the oils. The only place we want to avoid topical application on our bodies is our eyeballs and in our ear. So if you're needing support in those areas, we're just going to put them around our ocular cavity in our skull, just around that area, or behind your ear or around the ear. So there's lots of sensitive membranes there where we shouldn't use our oils. So let's talk a little bit about dilution. A lot of times you'll hear in the oily world, we talk about carrier oils. Carrier oils are those fatty oils that you find in your kitchen, perhaps. Things like jojoba, olive, grapeseed, avocado oil, coconut oil. Those are great carrier oils. Carrier oils help us slow down the rate of absorption in our body. So oils are just as effective with a carrier oil, but it's a little bit gentler for application, as many of our oils are strong, and they're hot oils where if you just put them on your body undiluted, it would cause some redness or some sensitivity. It just might cause some discomfort. So I keep my carrier oils a lot of times in these little bottles. Okay, this one's olive, this one's grapeseed. I use these because I don't want to carry that jug around. And you can just take these and use them with the drops, just like that. So for example, if we wanted to apply some Thieves for immune system support, on the bottle of Thieves, there's a recommended dilution. So we always start there with what Young Living says we should do. And with children, we'll dilute a little more. I'll put a graphic in the comments about some suggested children's dilution. But over time, you will learn your body, your children's bodies, their sensitivities, your sensitivities, what you like stronger or a little bit gentler. It's just a little bit of a discovery process. So let's start with Thieves, like I said. The dilution ratio recommended on the bottle of Thieves is 1 drop to 4 drops. So that means 1 drop of Thieves to 4 drops carrier oil. So we're just going to put 1 drop of Thieves in my hand. I guess I could have done the carrier oil first, but anyway. and then 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of carrier oil there. And then I'll just take this and, back of my neck is one of my favorite places to rub oils, along with the bottom of my feet. So that's on there in the back of my neck, just like that. Okay, topical application, super easy. If that's not even easy enough and you want to make it even easier, if there's oils you're using quite frequently, especially with your children, it's great to put them in a rollerball bottle. You can buy these on Amazon. They're really inexpensive. So you would just put the oils in here with the dilution ratio on the bottle, but have it really easy for on-the-go topical application. So let's do a little math here. If our dilution ratio is 1 to 4, that means we could do 25 drops of thieves in here and then 100 drops of carrier oil. And then you're ready to go. You've got plenty for several applications. So I keep these roller balls in my purse, by the girls' beds, by my bed, just in different places where we want to rub them down really quickly. It makes it very, very easy to do that. Let's see what else I want to tell you about topical usage. You do want to be careful with citrus oils. Applying those topically. They will make your skin a little more photosensitive, just sensitive to sunlight. So if you put lemon oil right on your face for cleansing, you might not want to run right outside, or you might want to use a good SPF. So I just say if you're using citrus oils topically, you might want to go ahead and do that at night, right before bed. Another rule of thumb is start low and go slow with topical usage. Again, let's start being heavily diluted and then kind of work our way up and see how our body does. So those are the first 2 ways to use our oils. And in the next video, we're going to talk about internal usage.